other things, but I was told to clear, cancel, delete what they're doing and to do what I'm doing for some reason because the fairies are glitching the system. Okay, stabilize. Alright, what's going on? I can't even see if anyone's here. Well, that's fine. We've got one person here, evidently. I'm gonna keep reading. So yeah, I was guided to do a collective reading. It's funny, I'm actually supposed to be in a group with people right now, and they're like, nope, you're doing a reading. I'm like, okay, because there's just a bunch of stuff going on. We're going through a big collective shift right now. And I swear I'm sober. We've been processing a lot of data in Dreamtime, but we have the fairies coming through. So they're pushing me to do a reading. And so hi everyone, welcome in. I can't see the chat. I can't see anything. I don't even know if my technology works anymore. I don't even know if anyone's in here, and that's okay. So I hope everyone's doing well. We're gonna do a message. What are we doing? Are we really doing this? We're doing a we're gonna do a divine masculine and a divine feminine reading today. I think we just need to go into the giggle fits so we can clear out whatever's going on in the world. So I think I'm just gonna start out with some light language and then we'll go into the reading, because I've literally had fairies flying around all day, and it's great, but I feel like the collective needed it. So it's I can see sisters around too, so we've got Fairy and Magdalene kind of coinciding. So welcome in everybody. Welcome if you're new to the channel. Don't mind me if I'm in my giggle fits. We've been processing a lot of Dreamtime data, a lot of karmic timelines, a lot of twin stuff, a lot of things that are going on, and the fairies are here. The fairies are here. People are dropping like flies. I know. I would. If I saw myself, I'd probably leave too. So, do we start out with Mystical Shaman? Okay, we're gonna do the original Rider Waite. So welcome in. We're gonna do a. I thought it was gonna be taking a shift. I mean, we are going through a lot right now in the collective. There's a lot of transmutation of the pain body. There's a lot of hello. How's it going? There's been a lot of like transfiguration that's been going on. A lot of collective movement. A lot of new archetypes coming online, shifting out a lot of old density, a lot of Dreamtime work, yeah, a lot of savior stuff, a lot of martyrdom stuff, a lot of victim consciousness coming to the surface, a lot of past life trauma as well. And so I want to thank you guys for being here. I feel a little insane just kind of coming online like this, cracking up, but it's okay because I'm actually within sanity. I'm within the scope and range of sanity, and so that qualifies me as being insane. We're having fun. We're having fun. I just want to thank you guys. There's a lot of miracles that are coming through right now. We're working again with Miracle Consciousness and bringing the Twin Flame Collective right now, because we're finding out, we're recognizing that hope for humanity requires love. And for some people, that means that there's been a lot of identities with the whole, like, yes. All right. Bye, Holly. You know, a part of this is like we're representing that the momentum forward for the future of humanity requires friendship. It requires happiness. It requires us to be able to clear our guilt, our shame, and to invite in freedom to ourselves. You know, we've got a lot of Magdalene and Sophia, brothers and sisters that are crowding around right now, hugging us and cuddling us and saying we're really proud of the work that's going on in the world right now. And our self-worth and self-value at an intrinsic level is always tied into the amount of love that we hold within our own self. And so sometimes a part of this process is that when we are recognizing what, you know, our hope for humanity is and what our future is and how we align to those opportunities of bliss and of magic and of freedom, that it requires us to be able to, retrieve a lot of lost records that we're getting back right now. A lot of key codes coming back, a lot of, you know, there's a level where when we're coming back to unity consciousness and friendship and laughing and love, that sometimes we encounter opposition with what is right for us in our own lives. And I'm even finding for myself that as soon as I make a decision to choose the opportunity to love myself again and to love another person, that these frequencies start to arrive, and many of them know them as the the twin flame, which is, you know, I've talked about it a lot, and I feel like right now what's going on in the collective too is that there's a lot of people that want hope in their life again and want love, and I recognize that a part of this is that sometimes we call forward an experience with an individual or a relationship to help us to clear a lot of trauma. Right now, you know, we've got a lot of wounded veterans, we've got a lot of masculine frequencies that need that love, right? And we want to shift out the realities where we guilt ourselves or judge ourselves for wanting love in our life, because we want to be happy. And at the end of the day, it's about the future of humanity, right? So like whether you're in a loving partnership with a twin or a soulmate, or your purpose and direction is taking a different course, right? It's about belonging to love again, right? It's about belonging to love. It's about belonging to freedom and what that means for you, right? And so as we are choosing consciously to shift out a lot of the old narratives, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. The chat is just now catching up. I can't really see the chat. But as we're focusing on the new narratives, right, is like there's been a lot of judgment and a lot of shame on different things that have occurred throughout history, right? Especially like the whole twin flame thing, the whole blah 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 blah. Either way, what we're looking at is we're looking at the masculine and the feminine frequencies and what they're working with, right? We're going through a collective shift right now. And the collective shift is requiring us to do a lot of interdimensional work, and some of it's not fun. But we're processing a lot in dream time, a lot of timelines, a lot of karma, a lot of shifting realities, a lot of shifting density. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a reading. This was supposed to just be what's going on in the collective. We might break this up into the various waves to see what's going on in the first wave, the second wave, the third wave, and then what's going on with the masculine and the feminine. So I want to thank you guys for being here. I want to thank. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm gonna giggle. I want to thank everyone for being here. So first, let's look at the first wave. So we're gonna do first wave, second wave, third wave, and no. So we here's the thing, right? If there's any judgments, right, over the way that we show up as love and as laughter, especially in regards to like certain conditions or labels or structures or limitations that have been putting on us from society, such as like different words and wounds from the old world, right? Like different behavioral health conditions and stuff like that. It's not that, right? It really isn't that. It's really about you are going through a process. Your biorhythms are shifting and changing. So that means that your chemicals, to stabilize that, they need certain properties and certain things. For those of us that are processing a lot of things, right, that are processing a lot of these timelines and a lot of this data, and we're processing a lot of war wounds and trauma, a lot of us aren't eating a lot right now. We're just we're losing our mind, and it's our alchemy, and it's okay. But you know, we're learning how to take care of ourselves, right? We're learning how to be responsible for ourselves. We're learning how to care for ourselves again. And so part of that is like, you know, whatever your new routine is, for yourself. And so for myself, it's been laughter. It's been like playing with the fairies, coming out into the forest, and just being silly. And the thing is that, you know, sharing this laughter and joy with the world is going to help to shift out a lot of this collective weight that's going on, because we're at a breakthrough point. You know, Schumann resonance spiked today. I saw that on LB's community earlier, and we've been playing around, and it's fun. Let's have fun. So let's get it back into the sunshine, because I don't like that whole shadow thing going on. So we're gonna we're going through we're taking a shift right now, guys. We're taking a shift, and it's really hitting the core value systems and the core value structures, right? So I currently I have abs from laughing. And it hurts really bad. But it's so great. This is the best workout routine I've ever had. Because my teams are like, you need to work out, you need to run, and I'm like, Corey's new workout routine is just gonna be laughing. It's gonna be laughing. My new routine is just laughter. I'm getting a six-pack from it, and I'm happy. I'm happy. Alright, so let's look at the first wave collective. What's going on with the first wave collective? What messages want to come through for the first wavers? Ooh, self-worth and self-value. Really, you know, really standing firm in who you are. A really deep, profound sense of knowing that the shift is taking place and that all is well. Yeah, really tapped in and tuned into our multidimensionality, tuned into the level of our emotions. This is really speaking about self-love and self-worth, but the intrinsic value of self-worth and self-value at a level where it's not so much quote-unquote romanticized, right? It's just a deep value in knowing of who you are. Queen of Cups, observing the biggest cup in the deck, right? Knowing that her fortune lies within her heart and her fortune lies within her soul. And what is the soul expression? What is the light expression through this? So with this, we are seeing with the First Wave Collective that there is like this just really deep, firm, profound knowing of who you are, what you've gone through in your lifetime, right? Because with the Nine of Cups to me will always speak to me of initiations, right? So it's about that you've been able to rack up, you know, enough lifetimes of stuff, right? This is you know, representative of all the different sigils, all the different codes you've aligned to, all the keys you've retrieved, right? That deep knowing and this observation of who you are at a soul level and how that ties into your multidimensionality is really out of focus here. So in you know, this in itself is belonging to a level of depth of the emotional freedom that's being unlocked, but it's tied to the intrinsic value of self-worth and self-value. So it's not monetary, right? It's just knowing who you are at a soul level. Anything else for the first waivers? First waivers, yeah, look at this. Really, right? So a lot of this is the autonomous energy, right? It's the autonomous, we're looking at the energies of sovereignty here. We're looking at the energies of really being in the most profound, firm version of you, but it's like soft, loving, and kind. It's the you know, the unswayable, right? The as Alexander puts it, the immovable object, right? That's his term that he coins. But it's that deep knowing of who you are, right? As love, as freedom. Yeah, here comes more fairies. As freedom and as joy. But there is this autonomy and sovereignty that's really coming through with the Nine of Pentacles. Very autonomous, sovereign, very connected. It's once again that self-worth and self-value. This is the appreciation of all these cups coming through and now starting to show up in the physical reality as a manifestation of that, like, abundance, right? So the abundance that's occurring. The dun 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 dun. I'm sorry, first waivers. I love you. They're like, this kid. These second waivers. These millennials. I'm sorry. So the first waivers are looking really good. They're recognizing that they're really unswayable and ineffable in what is occurring in the collective, and it's not going to get them down. Big bun to me cannot lie. Jenny, I love you, Jenny. I miss you, sweetie. So yeah, first waivers are looking good. Oh my gosh, with the High Priestess here, right? Really deeply connected, standing balance in the pillars, right? So a lot of this too that's going on with the with the first waiver is that they're very balanced. But this could also be speaking of an in-between passageway or review, right? And I'm highlighting that it might be. But there really is there's this component of us coming into a deep knowing of who the first waivers are. There's just this very ineffable quality of them. And so I want to thank those pillars for standing in their light, for standing in their crystalline corridor, being connected, because a lot of the frequencies that are coming through for the first wave all have to tie into emotionality, how the emotional well-being reflects into the reality, how they stand balanced in between who they are, how they free themselves of judgment, but also how they stand in their autonomy. And there is a little bit of silence in this energy too, which is cool because I'm hearing silence. And I feel like that's what's really important now, is that there's that kind of like that level of disconnecting from the external reality to become connected to the deep intrinsic value of intrinsic. It's just that it's that really deep intimate connection with who you are, and really focusing on that overall well-being. So first waiver is looking good right now. Oh man. First waiver is looking really good right now. Thank you to the Order of the Rose. Thank you to the Magdalens, the brothers and sisters of Magdalene, for being here. Thank you to the fairies, because we got a bunch of magic that's coming in, a lot of miracles coming in hot right now. So yeah, there's a lot of dragons too. There's been are the Dragon Hawks here? Oh man, we just got everyone showing up. This is gonna be a so sorry. I'm sorry for it. I love you all. I love you all. Oh no, we got angels. Okay, alright. We just got everyone showing up right now. Alright, we're gonna look at the second wave. Second wave. What's going on with the second wave? So we can shift this stuff out. We're gonna take a shift. We'll see you around. Second wave collective. I swear I'm sober. What's going on with the second waivers? Second waivers. You've been doing your fourth dimensional processing? Thank you. Oh man, yeah, there's been a lot of 4D processing going on, and our processing power is getting strengthened so much. Oh, second wave, yeah. Holding the high ground, taking that high road out of there. Carving high vibrational pathways out of the situations that you've been in. This has been key, a key component and a key indicator in my own life. It's been like sometimes we're freaking paratrooped into situations and then we gotta carve our high vibrational pathway out of it. But this is a part of templating, guys. So what happens is, like, a lot of the second waivers, when we're choosing the higher narrative, we're choosing the higher path, is some of us are templating new systems, we're templating with new beliefs, we're working with new energetics, and we're uploading those we're uploading those codes to the grids and sharing them with the world. So anytime you encounter a problem and you're choosing that higher narrative, right, you're actually stepping into a solution that gets uploaded to the grids, and then anyone who else is faced with that similar kind of thing, when they access the crystalline grids and the crystalline gridding network, they now start to access the solution. So right now, if you've been called to shift paths or to show the way in a different way, or to elevate your life path by making a decision, you're actually uploading that solution for others, even if it's against the grain. Yeah. So paratroopers, if you know, been jumping into situations. What? I don't want to be a gardener anymore. So tired of being a gardener. I love being a gardener. Clean up, everybody, do your share. Oh man, okay. What else is going on for the second waivers? Second wave collective. Oh, celebration. Okay, so we're there. 3 cups. We're in the silly. We're in the unity. We're in the let's do this. Oh man, so we are all there's groups of us right now that are choosing to take this high road, and we're all celebrating this. This has got a very unified essence to it, and I love it. Here we have victory showing up, we have celebration, we're on our way, we won, right? And there is that celebration of unity consciousness, there's that celebration of joy. It's that celebration of, like, yeah, right now we have to okay, I'll have applesauce. I will. They're telling me I need to go get applesauce. He's been eating a lot of apples. So, carving high vibrational pathways, so we can celebrate with one another, so we can join up with tribe, with family, with friends, and we can celebrate the joy of this experience again. We can have fun, but most importantly, we are walking to freedom. We're walking in celebration. We're walking together. So this is, the gift of the Magi. We're walking our way to freedom right now, and I want to say thank you to all who are celebrating Fairy Independence Day today, because Ooh, second waivers. What else is going on with the second waivers? Oh, second wave. Oi. Second wave. Yeah, okay. So we are looking at co-creation right now, right? So we are looking at remembering what it's like to be in this observation. We are coming into what we would speak of this unity or trinity gate sequence, right? Mother, father, child. But this is also a co-creative experience, right? So it's a time very much so too to take that opportunity to go within and to realize, okay, so if you feel like you're stuck right now, okay, embodiment of strength, right? The embodiment of your power, the embodiment of your love here. With this is also too, if you say that you're a second waiver, or you qualify yourself as a second waiver, okay, is that also too, if you feel like you can't break through, it might be time to really take that moment to go within and go, what is that high vibrational pathway, right? Like, what is the next action that I can take to shift out of this density that I'm currently in, or to move out these timelines? What brings in celebration and that joy of freedom and of celebrating life again with one another, right? And it's about going within and discovering that there is a frequency that's coming forward that's inviting us to begin to trinitize again. It's a harmonization point of the Trinity gates and that Trinity sequence, the mother, father, child, as it was shown to me yesterday. Right, we've got the feminine heart here, which a lot of people speak of the feminine heart or the human heart. It was the feminine heart with the masculine heart merged last night. So I was in a discussion, and the teams came through, and we saw this Trinity gate open, and it was these hearts all aligned with the Trinity gate. And then we had the high heart connect down to the sacral, and the sacral was pushing up with the inner child. So basically it was the feminine ranges merging with the masculine ranges, and then the child from the sacral coming up to meet at the high heart to open up the high heart. And I feel like that's a part of what this elevation point is for us, and the celebration of unity through the quantum field, is that we are now going through this Trinity pattern of unlocking this, bringing the child up from the sacral, which could be the star child or the fairy, the inner child, the divine child, and it's opening up here at the high heart, and it's expanding out through the field. So there's been a lot of high heart in the toroidal field that's been coming through and kind of shifting out. And so for me, I was shown that this new patterning of what we would call this Trinity gate unlocking is actually a sequence that unlocks right up to the high heart. And then the high heart is really a place of how we are communicating with the world. It does pair with the throat, which has a lot to do with truth. But with the high heart here, we're coming into that fifth dimensional range of us being able to speak from the high heart, share from the high heart, become one with the high heart. But it requires this union, once again, feminine, masculine, merging into balance with the inner child coming up and sharing from the high heart. So that was an interesting key last night. I actually saw my light body create this giant cross, which is interesting because there's a whole bunch of things. Yeah, so so we have to be mindful of the dogmatic conditioning that enters the field when we start to discuss these things, because it is a part of our deprogramming process when we witness these things to discover and to reveal these things to ourselves. But we also gift ourselves an opportunity to shift it out, right? So we recognize that the dogmatic conditioning doesn't have to apply to what we are bringing forward in regards to the Holy Father, to the Divine Child, to the Holy Mother, or, we can even elevate that to cosmic Christ frequencies, right? So we really have to let go of the judgment of us belonging to Christ consciousness, especially if you're magic, like myself, being with Merlin, right? Like working with the energies of the magics, playing with my fairy, my elves, and my gnomes, and all of this stuff, is that we really have to make sure that we're dissolving the imprints from our soul archive, and the imprints that are telling us that it's not okay to have certain belief systems, right? Like we no longer can be upset with ourselves for believing in Christ consciousness. Hi Willow, hi everybody. So yeah, second wavers, looking good with this Trinity gate coming online and the high vibrational pathway that's being cut out for us. Yeah, interesting. So if you feel like, I want to say that this frequency coming forward is because of the migration that's occurring. There's a level of detachment that's occurring in collective motion and in collective movement that's inviting us to clear out what this wound means to us. But if you are feeling this, right, you're being brought in from the cold right now. So allow the warmth of the sun to just kind of come through and to really bring in the solar light, the solar cosmic Christ frequency, because the solar light is really beautiful to burn through what these energies are. So I'm inviting in, oh my gosh, here it comes, the diamond sun, right? The double diamond sun, bringing in the rainbow frequencies, right? Because what this is right now, this is a feeling of migration that's occurring. I don't want to say that this is what it traditionally stands for. It's a feeling of separation, because we are coming into unity consciousness. So as we detach or unplug from a third dimensional system or a fourth dimensional construct, and then we are transitioning into what it is to be unified and to be free, these frequencies will show up, right? So these frequencies will show up because basically it's bringing us an opportunity to go within, to clear the separation, because once again, we're coming into this trinitized pattern. We're coming into this union with ourselves. We're coming into balance, right? So the balance point is what is occurring. Also, gift yourself an opportunity to really go within. We're showing two. They can't. They can try, but it's just not gonna work. It's a time to go within. It's a time to go within. So we're seeing two different versions right now of being able to go within and to find what's unlocking within us, what codes are coming through, what archival memories are being downloaded, but also taking time out to recognize that the separation in these wounds of isolation, they're not standing for any longer, because at the beginning of the reading here, we're having Seven of Wands, Three of Cups. For some of you too, a part of this transition is this activation point of this frequency is going to bring up your separation. Remember, just go relax. La-di-da-di, we likes to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody, right? We're just doing our thing. We're just laughing and having fun. The isolated frequencies will come up because you're clearing separation. Okay, yep. There we go, spiritual abundance arriving. There's the alignment of the codex. There's the streamline of the codes coming through. This is that sacred medicine that we're belonging to. It's versions of ourselves coming back. And so this is a part of some sort of balance coming on. And so right now the solution for this is for us to gift ourselves an opportunity to just rest, relax, have fun, and to receive back that which we're receiving right now. So there we go. Second wavers. Looking good, second wavers. Looking good. Third wavers. This one's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I'm not. Hey, can you guys, don't be mad at me. I was guided to do this. People are. It's just transformation. What can you say? Alrighty, Third Wave Collective. What's going on with the Third Wave Collective? Oh, I got Fairy Godmother doing her thing right now. Okay, Third Wave Collective. Third Wave Collective. Fairy Godmother doing her thing. I'm not chemically imbalanced at all. I'm really not. What's going on with the third waivers? What's going on with the third waivers? Not always. So I'm 80s born and I'm a second waiver. So it's I've seen different waves. I've seen different collective groups show up in different waves. So it's not by year, it's about when you wake up. So basically the first, second, and third waves, it's basically at the time of your awakening. So a lot of when the 2012 shift occurred, there was a lot of people pre-2012 that were awakening. Whether you were 3 years old, 5 years old, or you were 29 years old, or you were 70 years old, that's when the first waivers woke up. So the collective groups, it's a collective arrangement of waves. And there might be more waves, actually. I've tuned in to 3 different wave groups, right? So basically it's about which frequency you're embodying, right? Because I've actually gone from second wave to third wave, second wave to third wave in transition points because about the a whole bunch of there's a lot of polarity that we have to dissolve and a lot of transfiguration that's going on. Hi guys, how's it going? They are not happy right now. Hey. My power's coming out. Hi guys, we're back. You know, they don't like it. They don't like us having fun. Third waivers, what's going on with the third wave collective? Oh, you know. Because we're playing with fairies. Oh, it's just silly stuff. It's okay. We just tell them to, we just say, hey, I congratulate you, I love you, I honor you, I bless you. We're awakening the collective, and that's that. And then they back off. Alright. Third waivers. What's going on with the third wave collective? I'm gonna have to go for a run and go lie down after this. Third wave collective. What's going on? Ooh, magic's showing up for third waivers. I like it. Queen of Wands energy. Right, so there is an awakening to the Earth Goddess within. Good third waivers. Looking stable and firm in your magic, which is good. Which is good. Which is good. Oh, there we go. Yeah, playing with the divine child. Yeah, so there is a gift. There's a gift from the there's an awakening that's occurring of the magic of the divine child and the inspirational form of this divine child. The sun. There we go. Yay! Make a baby on a horse, right? Freedom. Freedom. So there is a gift that's coming back, and it's almost like this feels like a little bit of the Earth Goddess is kind of protecting the divine child of the third wave. This is just the feeling that's kind of coming through when I tap into it. It's like the third wave right now is being gifted an opportunity for the magic of the divine child to come back. And so it's really nice to see that we're seeing this freedom, this ignition point from the sun to awakening to what our earth magic is, but playing with the divine child again. Oh, the lovers. There we go. So third wave, the lovers. There we go. A lot of self-love, a lot of union, a lot of reunion that's occurring. And it's really about returning to the Garden of Eden, right? Returning to the freedom codes that are unlocking from those Eden frequencies and what it means to belong to the masculine and feminine, to the merger. But also this ties into soul family. It ties into relationships. It ties into partnerships, which is a perfect segue to go into the next reading where we're going to look at the masculine and the feminine. But either way, we are other frequency and the child coming together into some form of union. So I am sober. I'm hearing, Corey, you need to be sober. I am sober. All right. If you don't think I'm sober, you can go have fun. I'll send you some fairies and tell me how you feel. But I honor your freedom and free will and autonomy. But if you're on my channel and you're telling me I'm not sober right now, you need to go play with my fairies because they're right here. Magic of the so the mother and the child are coming into some sort of merger right now, right? They're coming into a merger. It's also what's been happening in Dreamtime as well. I haven't been sleeping a lot. Anything else coming up for the Third Wave Collective? Third Wave Collective. Yeah, power coming online too, right? So we do have a little bit of this protective frequency. I do feel like what's happening too is this is a restructuring of the masculine too, because the King of Swords can be a very cutting energy. And so it's very much so, it feels like an energy right now of that the masculine is getting a softening, but it's through this merger. But there's this empowerment with the King of Swords. Like the King of Swords, we don't have to invite in the polarity of the King of Swords in either one of the spectrums, right? But either way, it's standing firm in who it is and facing the world. So there is empowerment, this union frequency, and really the empowerment of the feminine and the child, and how they're co-creating together in this wonderful universe of ours. Yeah, recognizing that there is an order that's coming through. There's an order that's coming through. This is about the inner counselor too, right? So this is about trusting your inner knowing, trusting your inner counselor, and recognizing there's a divine alignment that is occurring, that's taking place in the universal orchestration. There is a divine alignment. So beautiful frequencies for the third wavers coming through, and recognizing that this merger that's occurring right now between the child and the mother, it is helping to free up the masculine lines. Okay, I've been encountering this myself. The more that I'm awakening to my spiritual magic, right, and I'm waking to my archive, and oh, hi sisters, hi. Awakening to the archive, awakening to the empowerment of these frequencies. We're actually getting back some freedom for the masculine as well, so we can stand in our soft, loving power, right? So it does feel like very much so a merger, a trinity kind of a frequency, but one that is bringing back our own internal guidance system, right? And it's like the power meets the softness meets the magic, and those are kind of blending together to create what this new frequency is for ourselves, and however that chooses to show up through the form. So I'm really excited about what's going on with the collectives right now. Yeah, I know. I heard that last night. I heard the Collective Judgment Day show up last night. I was like, I was talking to someone. I was talking to someone that's very near and dear to my heart. And I heard it and I was like, oh gosh, we're so the collective judgment has been a thing that I've been hearing as we're undergoing that review. Okay, so we're gonna look at divine masculine and divine feminine collective. Then we're gonna go for a run. I think we're gonna go for a run after this. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Oh yeah, the nature folk are amazing. The nature folk are amazing. Oh yeah, they are. All right, so we are going to look at Satura Findur Usur. Goodbye. Okay, thank you, Fed Wavers. All right, so we're now going to go into, we're going to look at the masculine and feminine frequencies and how they're embodying, and we might do a divine child reading too. So we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Oh, is that Karina? Hi, Karina. How are you? Hi, Mama. We were praying for you last night. I prayed for you last night. Yeah, no problem. No problem. We're playing with fairies. All right, so masculine and feminine collective. Oh, good, good, sweetie. I hope you're well. I might hop over to Clubhouse today. Might have to. Oh man, what what a funny day this has been. I've been laughing all day. I've been laughing today. Yes. Oh, Amber, you want some sunshine? We'll bring in the sunshine.
Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes, I got like, come on. Get it. Come on. Come on. Bring in the sun. Yes. Come on. Come on. Solar light body. Come on. Come on.
Okay, so we're gonna do divine masculine, divine feminine. What's going on with the divine masculine? And divine masculine building. Look at this. Divine masculine's building. Divine masculine building, which is good. This is feeling like an energetic architecture. With the high priestess, I feel like we're building up the resilience to be able to come into our divine purpose and to really come whole into our space of remembrance in the balance point of our own energetic systems. This feels like an energy buildup right now. So this could be rainbow bridge work, right? This could be what we would call Jacob's ladder, you know, the rise up into the next dimension, right? So as we're building our template, right, when we activate a certain frequency, this is the building up of the codes that is activating the template for, you know, this could be for the priestess, right? So the masculines could be assembling themselves, reassembling themselves into what many would say this could be, you know, Mother Mary, Magdalene. This is the Oracle. This could be a star oracle, you know, working with cosmic Christ frequency. Either way, we are building, we're in the process of building. Now, the thing is, too, is that this does coincide with physical projects. So as this energetic architecture is being built, okay, in the masculine frequency, it will also manifest or be created in the physical reality as some form of work, right? So this could be that that you might be building up something, building up your Akashic records, building up a library, building up a business, right? Either way, it's about keeping the momentum forward on who you are. Also, too, is this does feel like the masculine frequency is building their way into the high priestess, whether this is a physical manifestation of an individual, someone outside of yourself, that could be a partnership or a friendship, or this could be internally. As we know, the internal restructuring does coincide and correlate to an external manifestation of this in reality. So however this looks, energetically speaking, we are looking at the frequency of building. Yep, see, there we go. There's the archival memory, there's the Akashic records, there's the living library, there's the cosmic, right? So we are building up our own Yggdrasil tree, our own tree of Sephira, our own unity and freedom coming through with this card, which is good because once again, what I like about the Ten of Pentacles is as we're building up this memory, look, we've got the whole family. We've got the elder, we've got the freedom with the family, we've got pets, we've got doggies, we've got castles, we've got coins, right? So this is, of course, too, is that this is about that knowing within ourselves, right, that we can have it all. That there is a way to build a reality that is sustainable, that will be able to expand with the universal expansion that's occurring, that is going to be free of limitations, that's going to be bendable and movable, that's in alignment with our soul self, that's in alignment with our archival records, and as a result, we're retrieving back all of these things. We see the family, we see the elder here, we see the puppies, we see this interconnectedness, but we're also seeing that there is there's the physical stuff as well, and the physicality, of course, always coincides with what we belong to from within. So we are rebuilding our own internal universe, our own connections, our own guides, our own library, right? So we're just gonna
take a moment to shake.
Take a moment to shake. Divine Masculine. What else wants to come through for the Divine Masculine Collective? That shifted. Now I'm a masculine. No longer a fairy. Now I'm masculine.
Okay, Divine Masculine. What do you want?
Divine Masculines. There we go. There's the new journey ahead. There's the folly and freedom. White Rose, standing in peace, right? But it's also aware of that godlike source that exists within, and really taking this moment to recognize that new beginnings and new adventures are occurring for us right now. So for the masculines, we are seeing that there is a new beginning, new opportunities that are opening up, and it is in alignment with the waves of ascension. Even though some could see this as a mountain, I see this as a wave, right? So the wave there's a wave behind the masculines that's pushing them forward, and it's about 5,000 fairies, and they're like,
Go, masculine, go! Go, you can do it! Go, go, go!
but it's being supported by the High Priestess. It's being supported by the Oracle. It's being supported by the Divine. It's being supported by the Rainbow Bridge, right? So happiness and freedom, everything we want, the interconnection with the Divine, all of the hues that paint humanity right there, right in front of us, and we're just ready. We're just playing. Awakening to the interconnectedness and how we are connected with the as above, so below, bringing this heaven on earth frequency down into our heart space and really belonging back again to here's another family card, right? So we had it in the Ten of Pentacles, and there we go. We got the children playing, we got the family, we got the rainbow, we got the cups, we got it all. So it's looking good. It's looking good. A lot of into the unknown. Yeah, so there is a lot of interdimensional movement that's occurring though. And so this is also a choice point as well. This is a moment of observation. And I want to say this, masculines, if you can, take that time to step into the divine witness and the role of being the observer of your reality. Don't get caught into the tension. Don't get caught in the loops. Don't try not to, right? Try not to. Try. I don't like that word, right? We can belong to a place of witnessing within our own reality. And it's about witnessing within ourselves how we can be that observer. So we're practicing healthy detachment, right? We're coming back into a place within the heart. Oh, my belly's grumbling. A place of observation, the roles of the future of humanity, awaiting for what this newness is. Especially with the Fool card, it does feel like it's an arrival of a new beginning, a new passageway, a new truth, a new clarity, a new reality, a new pathway. We are waiting, but we're also speaking of that there have been some masculines, including myself, even though I'm more in the feminine ranges, the divine masculines have been doing a lot of interdimensional work. So we've been like slipping over here, we're like, shit, dodge and weave, but we're being asked to be the observer or the witness of what's occurring rather than, because we are detaching from a lot of things. The masculines are getting unplugged from a lot of old systems, including the war narrative. And so including the war narrative, including a lot of violence, a lot of trauma. PTSD has been a big. So the Dreamtime work has been all about trauma, trauma cleansing, trauma clearing, how to care for our bodies again, how to laugh, how to clear out the subjugation from our lives, right? Because like the thing is that the trauma brings up a lot of wounding. And so right now we're being asked once again, yep, here we go, there's Divine Child again. The Divine Child's coming through saying, guys, I want you to be in this observer role and to recognize right now you are building up a new future where you are going to be this divine human with the balance point, where we are free of judgment, we're free of those old systems, right? You also might be awaiting this new opportunity, this new pathway that's coming. It is the Divine Child. There was a reading I did a while ago where it was that there was new realities that were being built, but they were in alignment with our Divine Child or Star Child, or Soul Child, right? The inner child. And so right now, the opportunities that are taking place and the pathways that are opening up and the new beginnings all belong with the inner child. How does all this fit into current conflict with neighbors? I don't know. I'm not in conflict with neighbors right now. I'm with myself. So conflict is always going to be a form of conflict that is existing within you. Anytime that there is a physical manifestation of a conflict in your life, it's because there is a conflict that is occurring within your own self. And so if you bring peace and resolution to what's going on within you and separate yourself from that divide and conquer strategy and step away from the division and come back into the unity within, the union within, that's going to shift a lot out. I also recognize too that there are things that are going on in this world that aren't making people happy. And so a part of this is we have to represent and present ourselves with a place of peace, right? Because an eye for an eye, the whole world will go blind. If we keep fighting one another, if we stay in conflict and we don't come to that place of peace, what happens is we keep playing into those pathways. And a part of the universal balance, right, is to qualify your energetics. So if you're qualifying yourself with conflict all the time and you keep playing in conflict, you're calling forward conflict into your reality. And a lot of the conflict that shows up is also a physical manifestation of a signal that we put out years ago or weeks ago or months ago. And that's the thing, is that we're always getting a return on our energetics for what we put out into the field. So if you say something to someone or you put something out into the field, there's always a return on that. And that's a part of what the universal balance is. And so the thing is that as we bring things back into peace and neutrality and we just consciously choose to transmute any conflict within the field, right? we're also aligning ourselves with a whole new restructuring process to allow ourselves to be held and cared for with divine love and the palpable frequency of truth that exists within the heart and the high heart, back to that Trinity frequency, right? So conflict resolution is key here, right? How can I bring peace to this situation? Back to that Five of Wands energy, okay? So when that Five of Wands, was it Five of Wands or Seven of Wands? It was, I believe it was Seven of Wands, where carving the high vibrational pathway out of that situation is sometimes it requires us to sit down and to have a peaceful conversation with someone. What we have to do is, yeah, look at the internal conflicts, but also invite in peace. And also too, you have to recognize, for all of us, when we're at a stalemate frequency. So if you're trying to take care of a situation, or you recognize that, well, there's just nowhere to go from here, sometimes we just hit stalemate and walk away, and that's the best thing to do, is to just unplug ourselves from that situation and come back to our own center point, right? So if there are things that are going on, first off, go into the inner conflict, guys. Go into the internal conflict. Bring peace to the situation. Also, too, is look at your self-worth and self-value. Where are you placing yourself in situations that aren't for your highest good or are out of alignment? The other thing, too, is that when we are in a... Why would that show up? That's not happening. That's not happening. We're all love. Duh. We have to be aware of the fear programming, okay? There's still a lot of fear in the world, and we don't have to believe it, guys. We're the creators of our reality, and so if it shows up, you can just go, yeah, I'm not gonna play into that because I am a creator and I don't have to play into that anymore. I just don't. I don't. And I'm saying this from a place of love. Like, it's not judging. It's just like, guys, like, it happened to me the other day. Okay, here's a good story, because I'm hearing it in the field and I want to bring it up so we can just shift this shit out, guys. Is in my own reality, we had an explosion out here the other day, and you could hear it, and it was like, it happened, and I was like, I didn't hear anything. I don't know what's going on. Some people might call it bypassing. Some people might say, I'm not going to play into a false flag event. I'm not going to play into the fear. It's just not my time. It's just not my time. It's like, just let it go. Let it go. Thank you. It's just like, when it shows up, we just don't need to do that. But yeah, so back to the conflict resolution, okay, is that we just have to bring in peace to whatever situation we can. Ask yourself this really important question. How can I bring love into the situation? How can I be the spark of divinity that people might need right now? Don't do it from a place of savior, right? Do it from a place of your knowing and your self-worth and self-value at a deep intrinsic level, right? So it's that intimate connection with your light, and then showing up as that light. Just show up as the love. What is the loving thing that I can bring to the situation? What is the most loving thing I can do, right? Begin asking those questions. Create that dialogue with your universe. Your universe will respond. If you don't get like psychic messages, or you don't get telepathy, right? You'll get a song. You'll get a message. You'll get whatever. The other thing you can do is surrender. Just surrender. Just be like, you know what? I surrender this to the divine. That's it. I'm just going to surrender it. Give it up. Give it up to the higher selves. Give it up to the universe. Give it up to the trees. Give it up to the forest. Be like, you know what? I'm done. Just let it go. No one cares. I'm just going to let it go. And let it go. Let it go. And it's easier said than done. I recognize that, right? Like, because I myself have moved through things in different passageways where it's been really, there's been tremendous the amount of stuff that's coming up. So you can also reach out for support to loved ones and to others, right? If you have an elder you can talk to, if you have like a father figure, especially in the masculines, it might be good to find a way to begin finding more peaceful representatives of masculine archetypes in your life, so you can begin learning what it is to be like, if you are in a male body, how to be like a feminine in the male body, and how to show up free of how to be free of those old constructs, and just begin observing these new realities that are showing up, and find ways to bring peace. It's going to be about that observational awareness, not to get into the confusion or into the chatter. Also, don't insert yourself into others like karmic timelines. Like, recognize, like, yeah, that frequency right there, like, if I go in, you don't need to step into it. You're not a garbage can, right? So just walk away. Walk away. You don't need to be a garbage can. You don't need to subjugate yourself to that stuff, okay? Anything else coming in for the divine masculines? Back to the divine masculines. Okay, yep, there's the journey. There's the journey, right? Waiting for where the journey goes. This is that energy of walking away again, right? So with Eight of Cups energy, we're looking at, there's new beginnings, right? We're observing what these new beginnings are. We're waiting, but we're also, we're on a journey, right? We're on a journey of the soul. We're on a journey. We're on a mission. We're on a purpose, right? So if your pathway shifts and you're feeling this energetic migration, that ends up becoming a physical manifestation of that migration, right? You want to move time zones. You want to move areas. You want to go join someone. You want to go on a vacation. You want to go walk around in the forest, whatever it is. We're looking at the energy of journey. We're looking at the energy of walking away. Right? So just back away. Back away. Just walk on your own 2 feet. Stand autonomous masculines. Divine masculines, we're on a journey.
Okay, here we go.
How's everyone doing? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. All right. Antennas, Sugar Shack. Hi, everyone. Hi. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna go into. We're gonna go into the feminine. Feminines, what's going on with the Divine Feminine Collective? Oh, here comes the sisters. Hello, Sisters of the Rose. So many Sophias. So much of the
Sophia love coming in. We got dragons, we got everything. So much fun. Yeah. So much fun.
Alright, Divine Feminine. What's going on with the Divine Feminine? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. We are crazy, and it's okay. Divine Feminine Collective. What's going on with the Divine Feminine Collective? It's getting icy. Ooh, it's getting icy. Someone bringing in the snow? Got the ice frequency coming through. Feminine, what's going on? Feminine. Woo. Oh, thank you, Pillow. Right. Divine Feminine Collective. What's going on with Divine Feminine? Oh, man. Feminines were softening. Oh, look at this. New level of truth. New timelines opening up, right? The truth shall set you free, feminines. Divine Feminine. What's going on with the Divine Feminine Collective? What's going on with the Divine Feminine Collective? Man, that shit, yeah. Freeing yourself from illusions, right? Right? Discovering what your dreams are with the 7 of Cups. It's the truth of your dreams. The truth of your dreams. Also, too, is this is a moment, feminines, to step back and to observe everything in your reality, because there's a lot of choices or decisions that are coming up for you. And it's about when you are making your decision for what's coming up for you, it's about standing in your truth. Okay. So, feminines, you're there. It seems like there's a presentation of a lot of opportunities or pathways ahead. This is also too Dreamtime freedom. Definitely, this can speak of Dreamtime freedom. All your wishes coming true. This is very much so. It's about when it comes to making a decision in regards to your dreams. Okay, stand in your truth, which is cool because it's an empowerment. Like, this is an empowering feminine frequency that's coming through, and it is a gift from the divine. So there are pathways, right? But we want to focus on what that singular pathway is, right? So, like, if you've ever worked with timelines before, okay, feminines, and you have like 5 or 6 open timelines, and you feel like you're just scattered all over the world, right? Because you've got multiple versions that are co-creating other realities, and you're like, how do I make a decision? Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or whatever, right? It's recognizing that it's about bringing everything back to a point of singularity, right? Back to a point of singularity. So recognizing that the truth will set you free. There is a lot of Dreamtime work going on, but also too, when it comes to the choices that are coming through in the matters of love, the matters of heart, the matters of what you're building, the matters of your team, the matters of your dreams, just stay embodied in your truth. Find out what your truth is. Oh, there we go. There's the Hermit. There's the Hermit. Hey, we got Mel in here. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Ew. Oh, there's the moon. Look at this. All right. Some of you, lunar cycles. Lunar cycles are bringing up an effect. Also, too, is Luna herself, the moon coding, psychic awareness, divination, the veils dropping, right? There is an illusion that has been shattering. This came through this morning in regards to veil piercing. So that's the other thing too, is this Ace of Swords could be that the veils are dropping, and we're actually going to begin witnessing our own, our unconsciousness, but we're also going to be awakening to our new gifts and our new abilities. Yeah, there is this, this was coming through, let me see. This was coming through for me, my neighbors are coming down. This was coming through for me last night, there was some moon work that happened on November 19th that's bringing in our soul family. Okay, so pay attention, because there are a lot of decisions. Keep embodying your truth, because there's a lot of soul family showing up with the most recent lunar work that's been happening with the Divine Feminine Collective. Yeah, see, here we go. There we go. We're showing the way to victory. The star with the Six of Wands. So there is healing. We are triumphant. The light is one, right? But we're showing the way. So there is the energy that we are in motion right now about being the embodied way shower victory. So feminines, if you've been feeling this call to be a way shower, to be that guide here, you're being guided to victory right now. I want to state that. Whatever this frequency is, it does feel like you're being divinely guided, and you're also being guided and asked to be that guide for others, to show what means in your own life, right? Stand up in celebration. You're showing the way. The feminine frequency is what is a part of this whole awakening process, right? Like even when we're speaking of matters of Christ consciousness, right, which a lot of people might automatically think about Jesus, right? That's a feminine frequency. That's a divine feminine tone. And the masculine frequency is coming in, you know, of course, but we're on the feminine frequency. And so we want to make sure that the feminine is leading the way, and the feminine is leading this way to victory, because that's a part of the balance of these structures that's occurring, right? So as we're eliminating the old civilizations, right, it's really about what your truth is, right? Feminines, there's been a lot of suppression of truth, especially in regards to speaking your truth, in regards to being able to stand up and stand in your power. So we do see an energy of feminine empowerment that's coming through. And it's also about, don't allow the illusion of your old realities to tell you that you can't share your truth, that you can't stand your truth, that you can't be proud of who you are, right? That you can't be powerful, right? And that's a part of this victorious march, is it's like the goddess is sweeping through and saying, hey, like we can be in our power, we can be in our truth. The feminine frequency is actually being gifted an opportunity to be powerful, right? And so it's new, what we've all been cheering on. And even though I'm in a masculine form, I'm mostly in a feminine frequency. So it's like, oh yes, we got it. We've got it. And Chariot card, we're looking at that motion, right? We're looking at the balance point, we're looking at the Merkaba spinning, we're looking at the activation, we're looking at movement, right? So there is a lot of energy, that there is a veil breaking through, and there is a collective shift or movement that is appearing beyond the veil. So the star might actually be a guide that's piercing through the veil and actually activating movement, right? Some sort of movement in the lives. So feminines, beautiful, walking to victory. Looking good with the Chariot card, too. Walking forward into freedom. Bye-bye. How are we all doing, guys? Bye. No, you don't need to protect. I'm good. It's just awkward. With my neighbors. Good. Where do you sell the pizza? Besides, this is how I pay rent, so. And I love what I do. Yes, I love dragons. Alrighty. Alright. So anything else that wants to come forward for the collective? Is there any other readings? Okay. So they want me to do a Magdalene reading. So if you belong to the Sisterhood of the Rose, or any of the Magdalene lineages, we are going to do a Magdalene reading. We're going to do a reading for the Magdalenes. And yes, that means Magdalene brothers too. Oh my gosh, I've got bugs all over me right now. Oh, hi, bug. Hello, you little elemental one. So we're going to do a Sisterhood of the Rose. No problem. Alright, Sisterhood of the Rose. What's going on with the Magdalenes? Oh man. We find the Ten of Swords in the Priestess. Oh, it's gonna be a good day. Magdalene, what's going on with Magdalene? What's going on with the sisters? So we're gonna look at the ruby ray frequency. What's going on with the rubies? because there is a the ruby frequency itself exists in the crystalline gritting networks. We work with the ruby ray a lot, so a lot of it is service work, but we are speaking ruby, rose, Magdalene, infinity, the diamond rose. Magdalene's. What's going on with Magdalene's? I know. I need to eat. No, I know. Thank you. Thank you guys for sending all your love and support and guidance. That's fine. We'll go for a run. We'll go for a little run. Clear it all out really quickly. Go for a run and a jog and a dance. Magdalene's. What's going on with the Sisterhood of the Rose and the Ruby Rays? Yep. Everything calm down. This is why I like doing the working through it. Ooh, yes. Looking good. Looking good. So Justice in the Hierophant. Yeah, there is some sort of balance that's happening with tradition right now. There is some sort of balance that's coming through. So I want to say to the Ruby Rays, your time has come. Your time has come. Right. Your time has come. You're belonging to who you are again. Okay. So those who have felt disconnected from the Divine Mother or even the Divine Father, there is something showing the way right now. So there is a karmic balance that's being brought through right now in regards to order and tradition. So this could be about, you know, a cleansing of dogmatic structures. Okay, so there's something shifting in regards to the Knights Templar. There's been a wound that's clearing for the roses right now. So I want to say thank you, I honor you, I love you, I bless you, but that's shifting, and it's good. It's done. It's done. It's done. Yeah. This is that stalemate frequency. We've been kind of hitting our heads against the wall with these energies, and so there is a freedom that's igniting. Tune into your intuition. There's something that's going to be seen. There's something that hasn't been seen before that's going to be seen. But here's the other thing too. This is speaking of a choice point, okay? This is a choice point. Do we want to choose going after the Father, or do we want to trust our own counselor, like our own internal counsel? Do we want to trust our own being that individuation of Source? Because it was interesting. The way that I saw it was a choice point to make a decision, right? Whether we go in and after this kind of a frequency of the justice system, or whether or not we are going to choose being our own inner way shore, right? Because there's a lot of stuff, but I do know that there's a lot of stuff shifting, and there's been a lot of power coming through for them, and a lot of that feminine empowerment. But it's also that decision. Do we go after justice? Do we go after the disclosure? Do we go after those things, or do we choose our own inner way shore? Do we choose our own inner counselor? Do we choose our own inner guide? And I think for us, it's about choosing our own internal guide. I mean, that's just me, but it is your choice point. It is your own choice point. Yeah, communication. So there is communication that's coming through the veil. You're receiving downloads about this. Also, to whatever's been happening, right? So whatever subjugation or karmic cleansing is occurring, you might receive a text message from someone regarding this, because the timelines are being cleared up right now. And there might be an indecision on what to do when these communications come through. Yeah. You're being asked to step into your alchemy. This is also Seraphim too. So the Seraphim coming through very much so hot and fast, which is tied a lot to the Sophia lineages and tied a lot to the Magdalene lineages, is that we do have this high angelic alchemy that's coming through that is going to help to bring some balance to this. So if there has been indecision, right, just say no more. Say no more to the torture. Say no more to the abuse. Say no more to the victimization. Just say no more to all of it. The Seraphim got you. And the Sophia lineages are helping you to unlock a new level of alchemy. Okay. Here's an empowerment. This feels like a protector frequency now. King of Swords, which sometimes I'm like, eh. It does feel like right now there is some sort of alchemical balance that's coming in. So this energy of the King of Swords is going to come up and help you to feel triumphant. The word I'm hearing is triumphant. So to the Magdalene sisters and to the Rose sisters, you are triumphant. You are triumphant. You're triumphant. And there is a level of empowerment that's coming through. Okay? There is a level of empowerment that's coming through, and it's coming through the lines of magic. So this is being created. We also have to recognize that there are stories that we have created that we are uncreating, and it's now time to choose a new story. So a lot of people might shift out of that. Some people might stop resonating with the Rose and stop resonating with the Magdalene story because it's created a lot of stuff. So either way, there is a purification of this that's occurring. There's an alchemical balance that's coming through, but we're being asked to stand in our empowerment and to know that we have the choice of our creation, and it's time to create a new pathway with the Rose. Okay, with the Rose. Any final messages that want to come through for the Magdalene sisters? Yeah, let go of the control. Let go of the control. These chains are being brought down right now. You're being gifted freedom right now. Freedom. Yeah, not all hope is lost. Okay, not all hope is lost with the Five of Cups. Just allow it to spill. Love still stands with this. So we have to release the control narrative. We have to release those frequencies, Magdalenes. Anymore. Yeah. Yeah. The illusion is falling. Just don't fall for the illusion of separation, because it is an illusion. And as it's falling away, you know that were built a time ago. These things are all falling now. There we go. They're all falling. Yes. This whole thing is an illusion. Control's an illusion, right? There we go. Back to the DNA. Go to your archival memory. Go to the purified crystalline codex of what your Rose DNA is telling you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will. Thank you. Thank you, sisters. Thank you, sisters. Yeah, because this whole separation, control, the grief of what's happened, feel fully when you're grieving, but also know that these systems are no more. And it's time to stand up for who you are, right? Because you are that record keeper, that record holder of the Rose. Okay. Alrighty. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Interesting. Oh yeah, you're always doing it right. You're always doing it right. Hi, Angel. Boom. I firmly planted myself into now. Yeah, we always have to look at where we're still fighting, right? We have to look at where we're still fighting or resisting. You know, because when it comes to the terminology of new age stuff and all this stuff going on, is that we have to look at where we're still debating, fighting, or resisting, right? Because the mind can hold on to the illusion of control and the illusions and perceptions of what things are, especially if you are someone that is more archetypal, Jungian focused, right? And to belong to the heart again, to that place of peace, there's been days for myself where my head is spinning out, and I literally just have to breathe into the heart and hold the heart frequency as long as I can to allow everything to melt. Magnesium has been really great for this. If you are spinning out of your mind, drink a bunch of magnesium and lay down. I promise you won't care anymore. I promise you won't care anymore. It helps. And yeah, it's like, you know, the thing is that 5D, these new realities, higher consciousness, whatever you want to call it, they cannot be debated or claimed. Right now, the proving that they exist is like, how do we prove that they exist? Follow the feeling in your heart, right? At the end of the day, a part of being a way shower, even for myself, is like, when it comes to miracle consciousness, right? I was believing in miracles for a really long time without really seeing many miracles. And now the miracles are showing up in my reality. And I was like, wow, I'm glad that I held on to that for however long I did, and I didn't give up, right? It's not an overnight process. We don't just wake up and go, hey, I'm in 5D, right? We have to do the internal work. We have to do the shadow work. We have to do We have to get rid of all the nonsense of what other people tell us, like cultural templates, right? Like you know, different especially if you've been on antipsychotics, right? Like if you've been on medications, you've been in the behavioral health system, you've been in psych wards like myself, if you've dealt with trauma, if you've dealt with victimization, if you've dealt with being a victim, right? Is like a part of that is like people still have their dukes up. And I understand this completely, right? Like I have loved ones that I love and care about deeply that still sometimes the swords show up, right? And I don't want to. But when it comes to having trauma and having really deep victim stuff, really deep patterns like that, like we can't sell ourselves short anymore, right? Like we have to recognize that I don't say we have to, right? Like let me say this is we don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. But a part of this, the re-engagement with ourselves and with others in the reality is making sure that we become conscious of ourselves. We become conscious of the fact that what are we creating in reality? What are we calling forward? Trauma loops, you know, the journey of healing, the pressure point and the squeeze that occurs in the reality is a part of the alchemy, right? Break down, break open, break through. We got to dig down. We got to find that faith, right? Like a part of this is when we awaken to higher consciousness, right? Is that for ourselves, a lot of us had spontaneous awakenings where we saw, where we heard, where we felt, where we were initiated onto our pathway. And then we just started following the pathway. And a lot of the time we were like, I don't know what I'm doing, you know, I have no, you know, no clue what's going on right now. Oh my gosh, whatever. You know, we just keep moving on and we make mistakes. We don't make mistakes. We have lessons. Like that's the journeys. We have lessons. But, you know, we've been able to see these realms, right? Like I've been able to have, to pierce through. There are people that have their third eyes entirely on that are able to see these things and to activate these realms and to live in these realms. For us, we have to know how to deep dive. We have to know how to deep dive, and we got to know how to clear out all the judgment, all the guilt of higher consciousness, and you know, begin connecting within again and observing back to that masculine frequency, that masculine energy. We have to begin observing it. What are you doing here? Get out of here. Oh. We have to begin becoming the observer again and connecting back to our heart space, right? So meditations help this. Coming back to heart space, meditating, laughing, singing, doing what you can to step into your joy. A lot of us have been separated from that frequency for a long time, so it's about really what brings joy into your life, right? What brings joy into your life? What brings happiness and play for you? It's gonna be different for everyone, right? You're the one that holds the template. You're the one that holds the code. It's the frequency that will unlock when you are ready to activate that awareness within your body. And when you activate that awareness within your body, it will show up and you will see it, right? So whatever it takes to activate that code on, whether it's like to go get a hug from a loved one, to go visit a relative, to go on a vacation, to go into a steam bath, right? To go to the gym, to go play with your child, or to go to McDonald's, or to go do your laundry. I'm done with you guys. Whatever works for you, right? Whatever works for you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for enjoying this really silly reading that had so many different shades and tones throughout it. You know, that's just miracle magic, man. We just show up. We just show up expression. We have fun. You know, we just let things be. Stay in your play. Stay in your folly. Stay in your joy. I want to send out just a big welcoming to all the new subscribers. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everyone who's showing up for humanity and showing up for themselves right now. For those that are in the deep intrinsic cycles and patterning of abuse and slavery and torture, I want to say I love you, I bless you, I honor you, I send you just waves of love and appreciation for who you are, not because of what you're going through, because I know about the resilience that is activated from within you when you go through those experiences. I know that you're going to shine brighter than you ever have before. Just know that the family of light is here, that the Lyrans are here, that the lions are with you, right? And that we are in the unified field, celebrating, enjoying, laughing, singing, and we're rooting you on. We're celebrating you today. We're taking a moment to say we know where you're at. We've been there. We feel you. We love you. We honor you. But we also know how important some of those journeys are for us to be able to find our empowerment again. And we want to let you know you're safe, you're loved, and you're supported, that the family of light's got you, right? We're sending you bubbles of magic your way. Okay. To those that are on the street, that are homeless, or are really deep in suffering or deep in trauma right now, I want to let you know how valued and loved and held and honored you are. You are held in the highest love. You are held in that divine light. You are held as that divine inheritance. Don't worry. Your self-worth and self-value will come back online. We're praying for you to be happy. You're showing the way right now. You're showing the way. Even if you don't recognize it, you're showing the way right now, okay? We love you. We love you. We love you. We send you healing. We send you prayers. We send you so much magic, so much joy, so much friendship, and so much belonging, right? So let's belong again to unity consciousness. Let's belong to freedom. Let's belong to peace. Let's belong to resilience, and let's belong to us being that divine love and to being that really deeply interconnected, beautifully woven version of ourselves, however it chooses to show up. You're perfect just as you are. You're perfect just as you are. You're perfect just as you are, right? I welcome you. I honor you. I bless you. I thank you all. We're now going to close out this reading. We're going to go run in the forest or do something, right? So we're just going to officially close down all timelines, all portals, all gateways for this reading. I love you. I honor you. I bless you. Have fun. Share your magic. Share your light. Keep your light on. I'm going to go be crazy and silly, and hopefully we get some sleep tonight. Okay, I will see you guys. Bye.